What's up, guys? Just here to give you a quick update on the SEC suing the Kraken exchange. We're going to talk about it real quick. Fortunately, the market has become numb to the SEC's false accusations, and the crypto market has not crashed, nor have the coins that they labeled securities been affected in any way. So let's get into it here, guys. SEC files new lawsuit against Kraken for allegedly operating online trading platform without registering. Now, keep in mind, guys, as I read this, that these things are just accusations at this point from the SEC. They're reaching the same way they did with Binance. They said the exact same thing about Binance, and then when they were asked for proof of commingling of funds and stuff like that from Binance, the SEC said basically to the judge, well, we don't have any proof, but if you give us permission to go in and look at all their stuff, maybe we can find some. So they wanted to go and fish for proof of an accusation that they made without any proof of making the accusation in the first place. So that's kind of most likely what they're doing here too. I think that what they're hoping is that Kraken will settle like they did last year. If you recall, Kraken was sued by the SEC last year and settled for their staking program. Settled for, I believe, $30 million. So the SEC, I'm guessing, is hoping that they will settle again, and then that way the SEC can leverage that settlement in the Coinbase and Binance cases, because Gary is desperate at this point. So let's get into it. The U.S. SEC on Monday sued crypto exchange Kraken over alleged securities laws violations. Quote, without registering with the SEC in any capacity, Kraken has simultaneously acted as a broker, dealer, exchange, and clearing agency with respect to these crypto asset securities. In doing so, Kraken has created risk for investors and taken in billions of dollars in fees and trading revenue from investors without adhering to or even recognizing the requirements of the U.S. securities laws that are designed to protect investors, the SEC wrote in a court filing to the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California. Problem is, Gary, no one has given you authority over the digital asset space. Nobody in Congress or otherwise, there is no law that says that the digital asset space, cryptos or crypto exchanges, must recognize or adhere to the securities laws, because they're not securities, dumbass. The suit further alleges that Kraken's business practices, internal controls, and record keeping presented investors additional risk that would also be prohibited for any properly registered securities intermediary. In failing to prevent known conflicts of interest and commingling its investors' assets with its own, Kraken demonstrates why registration and the investor protection that comes with regulatory oversight are critical to the soundness of the United States capital markets, said the SEC. Yeah, okay, Gary. Again, you know, I know that Congress is trying to pass a bill right now that would prevent Gary from being allowed to allocate funds to suing anything in the crypto space until Congress passes legislation, because there is none right now, and this is getting ridiculous. Guys, we're at a point now, it is so ridiculous. We're at a point where, do you recall a couple of years ago when an announcement came out that the SEC was suing a project or an exchange or something like that? Whole market would crash. Everybody panicked. Now, nothing. It didn't affect the market at all about this announcement, because we're numb to it. We don't care anymore, because Gary has taken so many losses now. He's not really won anything. Like, he tries to say that he won some cases. I remember in Congress there a few months ago, they told him settlements are not wins, Gary. That's just you bullying companies that cannot afford to fight you into paying you money. That's not a win. You didn't prove they did anything wrong. You just bullied them financially, right? Kraken has at times held customer crypto assets valued at more than 33 billion, but it has commingled these crypto assets with its own, creating what its independent auditor has identified in its audit plan as a significant risk of loss to its customers. Similarly, Kraken has held at times more than $5 billion worth of its customer cash and it also commingles some of its customers' cash with its own. The SEC also said, alleging that the exchange at times paid operational expenses directly from bank accounts that held customer cash. The SEC said it's seeking a judgment permanently enjoining the defendants from violating securities laws and ordering the disgorgement of ill-gotten gains. It also wants to stop the exchange from acting as an unregistered exchange broker-dealer or clearing agency. Kraken did not immediately respond to the request for comment from the block. So they're trying to shut Kraken down, and they're trying to take money from them. Guys, if you recall in the Binance case that's currently going on, they accused Binance of very similar things. And when the judge asked them for proof of the commingling of funds, the response basically from the SEC was, well, we don't actually have any, but if you give us permission, we'll go dig through their stuff and find proof that our accusations of commingling funds is true, right? That's not how the law works, right? That's why the judge shut them down on that request, because you can't just accuse somebody of doing something, like a company of doing something, with no proof, and then when you're asked to present proof, ask for permission to go fish for proof, right? Doesn't work that way. And that's what they're doing again here. I guarantee you the judge at some point is going to ask him for proof if Kraken fights, and they're going to say, well, we don't have any, but we'd like to go and try to fish for some if you'll allow us to. Like, it's insanity, man. The SEC sued Kraken's parent firms, Payward Ventures and Payward Trading, in February of this year for failing to register the offering and sales of their crypto assets staking as a service program. That's what we talked about earlier. Kraken's parent entities agreed to stop the crypto staking as a service program and pay $30 million in disgorgement, prejudgment interest, and civil penalties. Quote, when investors provide tokens to stake as a service, providers, they lose control of those tokens and take a risk associated with those platforms. With very little protection, the SEC added in the February suit, the complaint alleges that Kraken touts that its staking investment program offers an easy-to-use platform that benefits that derive from Kraken's efforts on behalf of investors, including Kraken's strategies to obtain regular investment returns and payouts. So Gary is really reaching in this one, guys. I think that this is, at the end of the day, if Kraken, guys, honestly, if Kraken settles again in this and they cave and they don't fight, we all need to stop using Kraken as an exchange, and we need to let them go under, because this is something that's going to be significant for the current litigation going on in the Coinbase case and the Binance case. This could have massive ripple effects throughout the market if Kraken decides to settle and agrees that the tokens that they're listing are securities and stuff, because that will be leveraged in other cases. If Kraken does not fight, we need to shut them down. We need to stop using them as an exchange. We need to boycott them. Because they are not doing what is best for the digital asset space. They're doing what's best for them. So we'll keep you up to date, guys, on the current actions going on in this case. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you worried? Do you use Kraken? Let me know what you guys think. Smash the like, smash the subscribe button, guys. And as always, it's just not financial advice. It's just me talking some smack. So I'll see you in the next one.